Hello, I'm Micks Mowers and Mower Man, and welcome to my channel on this very windy day. I'm going to be popping down the shed today. I've got to get a couple of videos done and a couple of videos finished, and I'm sort of in between different videos, so I've got to try and bring them all together, if that makes sense. But in today's video, let's unlock my old shed. In today's video, I had someone message me on my channel, and they wanted me to do a video on how to remove the bearings on your rollers on your Honda Pro style Kaaz lawnflight machines. In all fairness, it's quite a quick and easy process if you've got the right tools, and just as quick if you've got just no tools but you're trying to just find stuff that'll get the job done. So let me locate my bearings, because my workbench is a bit of a tiz, because I've been working down and doing all sorts of different bits and pieces. So let me get my stuff together, I'll come back and then we'll get on to show you how to remove the bearings out of the rollers and how to install the new ones. Does that make sense? We'll do that. If this is the first time watching Micks Mowers and Mower Man, hit the subscribe button, whack the old bell, set notifications to all. That way you'll be notified next time I upload another video. So further ado, let's get down and dirty. Let me find my bearings and I'll get them out the roller. Right, so quite easy. Now these are the Kaaz style Honda rollers that you get with these 553 Pro style lawnmowers, and they have a bearing, and this bearing it feels quite good, but actually it is a little bit knocky. And also on this one, on the longer roller, hear that? Not quite as nice. So I've purchased some new bearings, and they differ in price. The more you buy, the better deal you get. The bearings numbers, let me try and find the numbers for you on here. I might need a little bit of a light actually, just so I can see what it is. My peepers are not as good as I used to be. Right, so it says here, got the bearing numbers on here. It looks to be a 6202RS. That seems to be the bearing for the roller. And then I've got another bearing here for the rotor clutch as well, and that is a 6262, I think, 6204 RS. 6204 RS, yeah, that's for the rotor. So first off, we're going to be changing the actual roller bearing itself. Now there's several ways of doing it. You can use a press, definitely. You can use a blind bearing puller, definitely. Or just find something, literally just to bash them out. Now, what I'm going to show you is not my preferred method of getting them out, but it will definitely do the job if you've got a limited amount of tools, okay? And for this, you want to be having something that is probably not your best tool. So I've got loads of tools here, and I've got some tools that I sort of look after, and other tools are just, I don't mind if I give it a whack. So please just bear that in mind, and go from there. Now, if you're more of a machinist, you can make your own tool. It's not a hard thing to do. Let me just show you what I'm going to use, and then I'll show you how to remove his bearings from his rollers the easiest way that I know how, especially if you're just a DIY at home rather than a professional guy who you may actually have a special tool you've had made up or whatever, and go from there. But there are lots of different ways: blind bearing puller, a bearing press, anything like that, or the Micks Mowers way. Right, so I've got my tools I need. So for this process to work, all you're going to need is 2 extension bars. Okay, now I've got one here which is my Halfords Professional, which is this one, and this is just a cheap one. That's the cheap one's going to go on the end, because that's the one I'm going to hit with a hammer. Okay, then you've got a little tiny extension bar socket with a socket that actually will fit over the entirety of the bearing. Okay, over the whole lot, rather than it hitting the inside race, you want to hit the outside race. Then hook that onto there. This is just an old socket. This socket was given by my mate Pete, BR500, and it's actually a snap-on. It's a 15 by 16th, which I use for my Briggs and Stratton flywheel bolts. Right. Next thing we do, get some electrical tape, because what you don't want to happen is you don't want these bars to come apart whilst they're inside the roller, because it will be a little bit difficult to get back out the roller. Not impossible, but without a magnet or something like that, you might struggle. So a little bit of tape just to hold it together, okay, like that. So that don't come apart. And then secondly, the same thing with this socket here, because it's got an extension bit on it. Just tape that up together, and then up onto the actual socket itself. Now this is a don't need to do, but it can just help you. Right. That's what I do. Now I'm actually going to get a tool made up for this. I do quite a few of these Hondas. I get a designated tool. I have got a blind bearing puller, which in all fairness does do the job, but it's just a bit of a faff to have to undo it all the time and what have you. So rather than having a designated tool, I just improvise. So plenty of tape on. Like that. Right, that's on. Right, that ain't going nowhere. That ain't going nowhere. Let's move over to the Micks Mowers special bearing removal piece of magical equipment I've got. It's over there. Let's go to see that. Right, so we're ready to go. Roller is now inside my vise. Bit of cloth in there just to hold it nice and steady. Just squeeze the pressure up. Don't go too mad. I've had to change the socket because it was too big. But that's got to go into the back of the roller, just like so. Okay, that's got to go into there. Once that goes all the way in it goes. Now, if it's too tight, you need to be a bit careful because you won't get that socket back out if there's too much force in there. So make sure that the socket is an easy fit to go in, which that one's just not quite, it's a little bit too wide. And what I don't want to do is pinch that socket up in there and I'll not be able to get it back out again. So I'm going to go for a slightly smaller socket. Let's try that one. That'll go in. Right. Now, just line up the socket at the far end. Just about so. Grab your ball peen hammer. Have a little look. See whereabouts you are. That's coming. I can feel it coming. And there it goes. That's your first one out. As I say to you, use old tools if you can, because the older, you don't be bashing your brand new tools, because it's not a good thing. They come out relatively easy. Some can be pigs, as always, you know. There's always some. Can put a little bit of lube in there just to try and help it, but not always needed. So in goes the socket, all the way to the end. It's a slightly harder one, it's a slightly longer slightly longer on the old, what's that? Got to try and locate that. Where's that gone? Not seeing it. There it is. I see you, Mr. Bearing. Hold it in place. Tap a tap. Out it goes. Did I get the whole lot or just the inner race? No, the whole lot. Lovely. Right, so with the bearings now out, we can now grab the new bearing, slide that roller into place, pinch him down. Let me just re-angle the camera for you. Right, so we're now ready to start putting the new bearing into a roller. Bit of tissue, it's a bit warm down here today, I know that. Sweating like a pig. Right, clean the area. Make sure there's no burrs in there, nothing going on. We're going to grab a new bearing. That one. Should be a nice tight fit. You don't want it to be too tight, obviously. So, I'm going to grab a little tiny soft blow hammer, just to start things off. Just so it's got it. And then grab my socket, which goes over the entire race, outside race. That's what you want. And put it over top. And just slowly start to send that home. Now if you find it's going in a bit uneven, just go over more one side. But you'll feel when that bearing actually hits all the way home. If you're not sure, you can change it up to a bigger slightly hammer, one that's not quite so soft blow. That's gone in. Right, that's all the way in, I believe. Lovely. Beautiful. No damage to the roller at all. So that's one roller. We'll grab the longer roller, which is all the way up here, you can see that. Let me bring you guys and girls up here a touch. Where is it? Here it is there. That's it. Again, another quick little clean off. Other bearing. Really. Set it down. Soft blow just to start it. Pinch that roller up a touch, the roller's moving. That's better. Get your socket. Over entirety. Make sure it goes down nice. Just leveling that up. It's a bit high this end. Can feel it. That's better. That moved it. That's going down lovely. Beautiful. Look at that. Spins lovely. No damage. That's down. And there you have your new rollers, or new bearings fitted inside your rollers. Simple as that, really. Now, when it comes to your rotor clutch, same sort of principle. We're going to put it down so it's nice and level. We're going to get our socket, punch that one out. This maybe is a little bit tougher. I'm going to put a little bit of stuff in there because I don't like to move. Let that just sit in there. Pinch up a touch more so it's not moving about quite so much. It goes. There's a bearing out, and that bearing was not much good. Got a new bearing here for it. Just going to double check it's the right size. There's my new bearing on for the rotor clutch. Let me just try and dig that out. I'll put it down somewhere. Is that it? That's the one or not? Don't think that's the one. Doesn't look like the one. That's slightly smaller. Bear with, let me just find the right bearing for that. Right, I thought that was a bit smaller. This is a bearing I had originally. Let me double check. 6204RS, yeah. So again, quick little clean up. What we got? Nice clean surfaces. Now this one, you can bash it in if you want to, right? But you don't necessarily need to. Just going to start it off. All I'm going to do is in the vise, just going to take a little bit of squeeze pressure up. Just to start it off, and you just squeeze it, rotate it, just until you get the right angles that you want. It's better to have a press, of course, but I ain't got one. And once you're confident you've got it well started, back your vise all the way out. So you can just beast it in if you want to, but that's slightly thinner metal, okay? So you don't really want to be mucking about too much with that. You then want to grab your socket. It's a little bit thin, that one. That's the kiddie, I would say. Yep. I can then open my vise up. Put that into position. Go that way with it. We're going to squeeze the vise down. So it's laying in the right position. It'll be about there. Line it up. And then squeeze that home. And again, it's going to rotate it. just so we're pushing equally down on all four corners of a circle. Make sure you're not actually going inside on the inner race. You want to be on the outside of it. Let's have a little look. You don't want to damage them, you see. Let's just try and sit that down so a touch more, Mick. There she goes. Right, and you've got to turn it over and double check that the bearing is fully seated down the edge, which mine is. It could just probably have another little tap, to be fair. So you don't want to too mad, because this is quite thin metal, this. That's got him. Yeah, it's got him. And there's your rotor clutch bearing, all done. I'm sweating like an absolute bloody pig in here. It's bloody warm. Right, back over the bench. Right, so there you go. That's how I remove the bearings and install new bearings into your Honda 553 Pros, your Kaazes, your Dunelms, your Lawnflights, that sort of thing. That's how you do that, and also how you do, or how I do, the rotor clutch bearings on the rotor clutch as well. Easy. Just be a bit mindful, so you don't want to whack that too much, because that is quite soft metal, so you don't go whacking that too much, but it is achievable. If you don't agree with how I've done it, then tell me how you do it, but just bear in mind that how I did it was successful. Okay, and not everyone will have all these tools. Some people only have a couple of tools, and that's it. I'm going to try and get a designated tool for doing it. Try and make one up just out of a blind bearing puller with a decent end piece that I can just beast. If you just beast them, it tends to work quite well. So those tools most people have in their garden sheds anyway, as long as you don't mind giving a bit of a clout. I haven't damaged my extension bar by hitting it that hard, but it was an old extension bar, and my Halfords Pro set has not been damaged at all. So that's how I do it. So quick little video there for you on how to move your bearings and renew your bearings on your Honda Lawnflight Pro Kaaz machines. It's quick, easy, part of the maintenance regime, and needs to be done. And this machine needed done. This machine's been sat in my garden for about 3 years. It's given by my friend Gabriel, and it was a going concern. The gearbox has come out, that's been done. The roller bearings have now been done. I've got to do this video here for the clutch cable that wasn't working, which it now is. I'll finish that video off today as well. And then I can get a video done on how to service it, because the bulk of it's been done. Once I clear my bench, I can get all these parts put back together, and this machine will be up and running and fully serviced, all your bearings. It's going to run absolutely beautiful, I know it is. So very quick little video for you there. Hope you did enjoy it. If you did enjoy it, then hit the subscribe button, whack the old bell, set notifications for all. That way you'll be notified next time I upload a video, and I look forward to you guys next time. Micks Mowers very, very soon. But until then, don't forget, much more importantly, take it easy.